No, you don't need to peak in high school. If you've been on YouTube for the past few months, you probably stumbled upon these types of videos. How to not peak in high school when you didn't peak in high school. Types of people who peaked in high school, or just basic types of people in high school. And really, with Jack, I'm so freaking tired of these things. They were funny at the bare minimum in the beginning, but now they're just lazy OC self-insert designs. But of course, I mean no hate to any of these creators. And I'm gonna be straight up honest, I didn't watch any of these videos, so I might not have the proper viewpoint that correlates to them while going into this. But personally, I feel like that kinda justifies my point. Why you don't need to peak in high school with 3 basic points by a graduated senior. The people around you aren't really worried for you. They all have their own personal problems in the end. You don't need to focus on your appearance or your status in high school or whatever in that you do. Come on, it's 2023. This isn't a 2000s movie. There's no jock, no popular girl, no nerd. You can't even name a girl in cheerleading. But hey, basketball is cool now. Now look, I was a completed senior and now going into university. And from my own personal experience in freshman year, everyone is always so hyper and rushing to feel like they peak among men. There were definitely many of those popular or well-known kids who appeared like the ones in these videos. Class skippers, vapors, hallway roamers. And to anyone who is starting high school this year as a freshman, please do not envy any of these people, or feel like you want to join their little friend group. I can guarantee you they're all going to drop out or become irrelevant by junior year. They're not going to care what you think or do now. Because after high school, as many of you know, you won't be seeing any of these people ever again. I mean right now, in this summer, how many classmates did you saw? And I mean out in public. That's what I thought. So it doesn't really matter how many TikTok followers you have, or how many fights you recorded, or how well you can do the gritty. Just enjoy being you. And actually, many people figured that out during my senior year. I see a lot of people doing what I like to call it, the just focus on you route. Kids that I knew for being playful, having a lot of friends, and being all talkative, all of a sudden became silent by senior year. But not in an introverted or antisocial way. They still have all their friends, but they just don't contribute much to class or to school spirit. So they just come in and do their thing, and then leave. Since school is about to end in May anyways, so why would you care what happens this year? So if you're an introvert who wants to glow up and be more out there, then just do it. For me, it's always been wanting to take my channel more seriously and being more out there. I'm showing my face more and I've been showing off my real personality and other personal stuff. I recommend doing it now because trust me, it becomes very anticlimactic once you start doing this stuff after high school. But also just enjoy your time in school because when it ends you won't be seeing many of these people. And even some of your friends. High school just comes and goes. To put it in the words of one of my middle school administrators, something along the lines of, if you think middle school goes fast, then high school goes real fast. Before you know it, you'll already be up there on the podium. Now, I actually don't remember his whole saying. The only thing that I remember that came after was looking confused. High school is only 4 years. That's just a +1 year compared to middle school. Unless you're like me who went to an elementary school with a 6th grade, in which this case middle school was only 2 years for you. And it really does goes by as fast as they say it does. I still vividly remember orientation from the back of my head. And then COVID happened, and then that school year ended. Then online school started, and then that ended. Then we're back with mask, then that ended. Now we're back, hey, they removed the mask, hooray! Now that ended, and now we've graduated. In case you didn't get all that, high school is just temporary. You don't need to focus on what defines you at the moment. And trust me, there's actually a lot of kids who actually don't care for that kind of stuff. It's only going to be an interesting 4 years. But hey, of course you can always try to make the most of it. Who cares what the eggers, tryhards, hot Cheeto girls, vapors think? Just go have fun. Just do something you know when you look back at, you know you'll be okay with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be something worthwhile or significant. Just something you won't regret. You know, just enjoy being with your friends. Just enjoy the little things. For instance, here are some of my experiences. When I finally got my driver's license, and this took a while since in Maryland you gotta be 18 to have one, and I also keep failing due to poor instructions. Yeah, thanks a lot NBA. But once I finally got it, it felt so good. Just listening and jamming to whatever nonsense. And just making my way to school, which I would only be there for 3 hours, then do the same thing going home. Also, feel free to be in whatever school activity you want to be in. It could be sports, football, or basketball if you're tall enough, soccer, baseball. There's also so many creative arts in the high school I went to. But for me, I was in band class, and I really enjoyed coming to school at night for winter or spring concerts. And also, there's what I'm gonna call legal skipping, where it's basically we leave class and go to band to practice for an upcoming concert. And of course, there was just a whole lot of other stuff that came with band as well. Even outside of school activities, there's also a lot of the small things that you could enjoy. I enjoy walking down the school hallway in the morning, making me feel like an anime pro tag, since I wear a coat for some freaking reason, even during the springtime. And I also have a pretty thin build. I like seeing and having surprise encounters with my crush every now and then. I loved the chemistry my Japanese class had during freshman year, and also a little bit in the beginning of our junior year. A lot of teachers we had in the school were very nice. I enjoyed walking around the skywalk, and also skipping class for random shenanigans was fun. During these moments, I didn't focus on peaking, fitting in, rizzing myself up, whatever heck of a word that is. And all of this is coming from an introvert who goes Comey mode whenever a teacher asks me something I wasn't prepared for. In the end, no matter how embarrassing school presentations are, no matter how I look going to school, no matter how I left my status in the school and amongst the people, nothing really matters in high school anyways. It's just 4 years, in and out, and you're done. And I knew that. And I want you to know that. Of course, I'm not asking you to live a boring high school life. Go enjoy time with your friends. Start being in a healthy relationship if you can. Join a school activity if you want. But if you're sitting there listening to some what jock faces, really? Now you feel bad because you feel like some Jacksona or an edited Wazowski? Just stop and just go actually try to enjoy this school year. Don't care what other people think. High school is only 4 years. And just enjoy the you moments. I'm Jay Fabian signing off with this advice. And please, take care.